did a show this morning, falsely alleging stuff and saying things, putting a beeping horn, and again, trying to lie about my condition and everything. But here's the deal. My lawyer has advised me to not mention this person's name, to not talk about anything when it comes to this person, because we are involved in something serious. And I know you all think, oh, John's always suing people. Well, I sued Sharon Stone and I won. I sued Sirius and I lost, but George Carlin's family won for the exact same thing, right, of publicity. This one is not nearly as difficult to prove as the SiriusXM. So I'm not going to mention this person's name. He's making all of these false allegations, but they'll go into the suit as it goes. And like that, just a lot of lies, claiming I'm an anti-Semite because I drive a Mercedes. Oh, God.
So here we go. We have John Errol Melendez at Sugar Bush Cantina in California. This is exclusive video that Rocco got of John leaving.
Habitat.
All right. Okay, so there's John walking. He's waving to a car. Where is he? Oh, this is the valet. Oh, okay, so I guess that's a valet guy.
Look at John. He takes that wallet out or whatever he has, and everything flops on the ground. Now, people may say, well, that's an indication that he's drunk, and yes, it could be. That's an indication that he is intoxicated using some form of narcotics. Yes, it could be. But I will defend John here. He is just very unorganized. And to me, while those are valid indicators, this is just consistent behavior of John being extremely unorganized.
Uh-oh.
That's probably my MGM Gold card that he just dropped and failed to pick up. You do forget sometimes how tiny John is.
Oh, look at that walk.
Yeah, that's a drunk walk.
I don't know. That's their opinion, not mine.
John, you got a clubbed foot or something? Your foot fall asleep?
Well, so there it is. John really does hate Jews. He drives a Mercedes. For those of you who don't know, Mercedes has a torrid, horrible history of torturing Jews to make their products. Torturing Jews so that they can make extraordinary profit. The fact that anyone, unless you really hate Jews, drives a Mercedes is beyond me.
All right, there's proof that John does own a Mercedes-Benz.
Mercedes-Benz then resorted to forced labor. These forced labors were mostly prisoners of war and abducted civilians from Eastern Europe. They were detained in concentration camps and subjected to inhumane living conditions. From there, they are loaned out to companies in exchange for money. There's no proper accommodation, clothing nourishment, or even rest for these workers. Every day, many died from severe malnutrition. By 1944, it had solved its labor problem by boasting over 63,000 workers.
Half of those John Errol Melendez were Jews that were enslaved. Fast forward a few years later, and you're boasting about purchasing a product from this company? It is an absolute disgrace. Unless, of course, you hate Jews. And John knows the history. I believe he does. Otherwise, he would get rid of that pro-Nazi, anti-Jew vehicle straight away. So if you look at the tire, they're claiming that John either ran something over, ran somebody over. I don't have any proof to establish that, but clearly there are some remnants of someone, a person, an animal, something on the back left tire. It could be a dog leash. It's hard to tell. I can't say definitively what John hit or what the hell was actually on that wheel, how it got there. But either way, something is there. What the fuck? Yep, John, he almost goes in oncoming traffic, almost gets hit. Holy shit.
It's so funny because one of my best friend's rabbis drives a Mercedes. It's like, you're going to go back 80 years ago and 60 years ago? and then fucking, Probably wasn't cool after World War II, but obviously things turned around. You know what Adolf Hitler's real car was? The car that he put out to the masses? The Nazis created the Volkswagen. So I guess according to this person, you got to be some kind of anti-Semite if you drive a Volkswagen. Now let's get a little further. This certain person also happens to drive a Tesla. Let's see what they say about Elon Musk, shall we? This will be fun. And the article goes on to say how Elon Musk is, in fact, a racist. So now you can't drive Tesla. You can't drive Volkswagen. You can't drive a Mercedes. Oh, how about a Ford? Nothing wrong with Ford, right? Let's read a little bit about Henry Ford. Henry Ford, anti-Semite. But to accuse somebody of such a horrendous thing based on the car they drive, 60 years, almost 60 years after the end of World War II, is a big stretch. Skull!